All right, couple 12.5-point spreads here in the 4 o'clock window. Dallas Cowboys at the Arizona Cardinals. NFC East matchup. The Cardinals just going through the NFC East gauntlet here. Old school matchups every week to start the season. Cowboys favored by 12.5 against the Cardinals, who are 0-2.
Yeah.
What do we say about this?
I mean, Arizona have been playing closer than we thought they would to start the season. They're still bad. I mean, the talent isn't there, but they've actually been functional, and it hasn't been a free-for-all, and the defense hasn't just been soft, weak zone and letting, people do what they want. That being said, Dallas looks legit. That defensive line looks terrifying. Josh Dobbs has been solid, but God, this is a totally different prospect this week.
Yeah, I got some questions about, hey, how does Mike McCarthy's offense look so far? And I don't think we've learned a lot about Mike McCarthy calling plays versus Kellen Moore. We have a game where the Giants game got out of hand almost immediately. And then last week, I think the Cowboys played the game that the Bills should have played on Monday Night Football against the Jets, which was take all the underneath stuff, don't do anything stupid, and take care of the ball. And Dallas did a really nice job of that outside of one, have to mention the dropped pick six opportunity from Dak. That's the only turnover-worthy play this year for Dak Prescott. I think it shows how ridiculous it is talking about Dak Prescott's interceptions. Like, if Sauce just catches the ball and runs straight, it's a touchdown. And somebody might be talking about Dak's interceptions are creeping up again. Is that going to come back to bite? But Sauce dropped it, so nobody remembers. But I don't even want to harp on that because Dak, that's his one bad play. Other than that, he has done a good job taking what's there and picked up 4 or 5 first downs with his legs when needed. But the offense hasn't had to do much in Dallas, and I don't know if they will in this game. It's like, just trust the defense and don't screw it up for another week and just get to New England and San Francisco the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they've been operating on a different grading curve that they're going to need to operate on for other times of the year. So I think you're right. It's difficult to get too much information from what that offense has been like because they just haven't been challenged yet. And theoretically, they shouldn't be challenged in this game either. So we shouldn't need to see the full extent of it. Like, that defense, I would imagine, will absolutely suffocate the Cardinals' offense, which is going to give Dallas's offense a very low bar to have to clear to win this game comfortably. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a fairly routine victory, but it's a big number to have to cover.
Blocking Micah Parsons is obviously never fun, but you get to see a little DJ Humphries, you get to see Paris Johnson, you get to some decent one-on-one individual matchups in there. But yeah, Arizona's overwhelmed here against Dallas. I think the Cowboys have not only a very good team, but unlike what I just said about Seattle, who kind of play to their competition, Dallas dominates when they should, and I think they'll dominate this game and cover the 12.5.
So motion at the moment is like the newest cheat code thing, right? For years it was play action, and there's a lot of things that are sort of simple, easy buttons that can just add percentage points to what you're doing on either side of the ball. Motion on offense is the current thing. The Dolphins, the 49ers, and the Chiefs, I think, are all using motion like 80% of the time this season. To me, the biggest cheat code button on defense to push is stunts. How often you're using stunts up front, because it throws chaos into an offensive line who now have to not block individually, but have to block as a unit, like in tandem. There has to be synchronicity with the guard and the tackle and the center and all this kind of thing. So for Dallas uses stunts more than any team in the NFL, which just feels cheating. You've got Micah Parsons, who's already basically unblockable one-on-one, and now you throw the chaos of stunts into the equation. Like, it's impossible to stop.
You're absolutely right, man. That's why that's been a couple years running now. They've done that. It was almost like Dan Quinn coming from that Seattle tree, who rarely change anything, right? Gus Bradley's in Indianapolis running the same stuff they were running in 2013. That's not a knock because he's overall effective. It's just what they do. But Dan Quinn changed and did lean into those cheat codes. And now it isn't just Micah Parsons against tackles. It is like, hey, the center has to be ready, like last week when he's looping around. The guards have to be ready, and you have to communicate. And, oh, by the way, you have to be in perfect position because these guys are good pass rushers as well. So it is I've been impressed by what Dan Quinn has done there in Dallas. And I think it's a big win for Dallas that Dan Quinn didn't go and take head coaching jobs because he's had opportunities the last couple of years.
Through 2 games, the Dallas defense is generating pressure on 62.8% of passing plays. Like, the league leader over a season is generally at 45% max.
That number might be off, Sam. That number might be double counting some.
40 to 45, but they are often a world by themselves. Like, they
Yes.
are so far ahead of anybody else. They are generating pressure at an absurd rate.
Absolute absurd rate. Apologize if I was leading you astray in Ultimate. We need a better way to organize that properly. Where are you going? 12.5 here. Dallas favored.
I feel like it's a comfortable win by Dallas. I just don't know if it gets to 12.5. I think that's a lot of points to be covering. I'm gonna lean Arizona. I'm gonna give them one benefit of the doubt to cover this, and then I'm out.
One more week. I mean, their point differential is only -7. So to your point, they have been outplaying, I think, our expectations.